So good morning class. Today we will be starting a new chapter, that is chapter 10, and the name of our chapter is Microbes in Human Welfare. Okay, so this microbes will have a different uh, role in the household products, industrial products, okay, and in the sewage treatment and biomass. So these microbes are actually the major components of biological system on the earth. So we know that our earth will have a certain biological system, okay, so in that these microbes are the major component. So other components are like animals, plants, okay, so these are macroscopic, but these microbes are microscopic. These microbes are not able to seen with the naked eyes, but it has to be observed under microscope. So that means our biological system will be consisting of the plants, animals and microbes. These microbes will play a vital role in the biological system. Okay, these microbes are found everywhere. That means these microbes are present everywhere, such as in soils, water, air, inside our bodies, okay, and that of the animals and plants. That means there is no such a place where microbes are not present. That means microbes are present everywhere. सबै भएको जति जग्गामा चाहिँ microbes हुन्छ. Okay, so these are present where no other life forms could be possible, or no other life forms could be like thought. जहाँनिर लाइफ नै पुग्नु सकेको छैन त्यो जग्गामा पनि माइक्रोब्स पुगेको छ अरे, such as this deep inside the gases, that is a thermal vents, okay, and where the temperature may be the 100 degrees Celsius. जति पनि gaseous को भित्र thermal vent मा के हुन्छ, the temperature will be very very high, okay, maybe 100 degrees Celsius सम्मको temperature मा पनि these microbes could exist. Okay, so these microbes will be there in the deep in the soil को पनि deep भन्दा deep layer मा के हुन्छ, microbes present हुन्छ under the layers of the snow several meters thick. So snow cold area ma snow ko pani the beneath the layer of the snow त्यसको पनि several meters muni के हुन्छ अरे microorganisms could exist, and this microorganism could also exist in the highly acidic environment. This acidic environment is very very harmful and corrosive. So यस्तो जग्गामा पनि microorganisms can be found. And these microorganisms are of different types. यसको चाहिँ diverse varieties हुन्छ. So first one is the protozoa, and next is bacteria, number 3 is a fungi, and then certain microscopic plants. Okay, so if we see these protozoans, then these Jejunum, Paramecium, Stantor, Trypanosoma, Carcassium, Eglina, okay, and this Diffluengia and this amoeba and so on, these all are the protozoa. You just became also protozoa, and this protozoa is a microorganism which cannot be seen by our naked eyes. So next one is the bacteria. Okay, so this bacteria will be also consisting of different shapes and size and different varieties uncha. Okay, so you can see in the diagram this Koki, Bacilli and others. Okay, let's see, this Koki will be consisting of the Diplococi, that means duita coccus spherical wala ke cha bacteria sa. The example maybe is Streptococcus pneumoniae. Okay, the bacteria which will be causing pneumonia is also this will be having a spherical in shape, Streptococci aureus, the larger group of bacteria. Okay, this is a Streptococcus pyogenes. You can see the coccus, that means the spherical structures. This is tetrad and sarcina. Okay, these all are the forms of the bacteria. Okay, you can see in the bacilli. Bacilli means a rod shaped structure of the bacteria. जो चाहिँ कस्तो छ, rod खालके structure छ. Okay, and the chain of bacilli, Bacillus and anthracis. दिस इज द यो के छ रड लाइक स्ट्रक्चर चाहिँ एकअर्कासँग जोइन भएर चाहिँ चेन जस्तो बनिएको छ ओके फ्लाजेलेट rods that means the salmonella typhi okay the typhus causing bacteria will be having a rod shaped structure and from its body certain hair like outgrowths has been there यसलाई भन्छ flagella okay that will help in the locomotions so spore former clostridium botulinum okay so you can see this is another another type of bacteria which comes under bacilli okay so let's see the other types of bacteria that is vibroices okay vibro cholerae spirilla so helicobacter pylori okay spirochetes that is the treponema pallidum so these all are the types of the bacteria. These are the microorganisms. So next is the fungi. So we know that we love mushrooms. Okay, so we love to eat mushrooms. Then this mushrooms is also comes under fungus. You can see that this is the wild mushroom. This is also a fungus which can be found in the wild area. So it is a spongy like structure. If it does this, then certain powdery like structures will be emerged from the body of this fungus. This is a fungus found in water. Okay, so यो चाहिँ के हो fungus चाहिँ laboratory grow गर्दैछ. The fungus will come in a patches okay a single fungus cannot be seen with our naked eyes it has to be observed under microscope but the large groups of fungus that is a large group of the patches of the colonies of the fungus can be seen by our eyes such as bacteria ko case ma pani bacteria ko ठुलठुलो colonies haru group of bacteria patches of bacteria चाहिँ हामीले देख्न सकिन्छ but single bacteria is cannot seen by our naked eyes likewise fungus पनि single देख्न सकिँदैन you can see that this is the bread molds that means bread मा के आको छ ढुडी आको छ that molds is nothing but this is the fungus which is emerging in the bread okay so next is the viruses viroids and also prions are infected agents so apart from this protozoa bacteria fungi and this microscopic plant okay we haven't seen this microscopic plant okay we will be seeing this microscopic plant this is the microscopic plant this is not seen by our naked eyes it is the high resolution type of the microscopic plants okay this has to be seen only under the microscope okay so and these viruses viroids and our prions are infectious agent now these viruses viroids prions will be responsible for causing certain diseases such as you can see this bacteriophage is a virus okay this will have its own structure and this adenovirus is a virus and this immunodeficiency virus that will cause AIDS okay so and you know that this is a coronavirus now we all are in the pandemic of this COVID-19 that this COVID-19 is all because of this coronavirus you can see in the surface of this virus there is a certain triangle Y-shaped structure so we have already studied in our previous chapters that this Y-shaped structures is as a like it's a glycoprotein it is a receptor so which can change timingly okay and so next one is a rod-shaped tobacco mosaic virus okay this will especially affect the plants you can see the structure the rod like structure जस्तो देखिँदैछ plant को we are seeing that this will be having a certain rod like structure छ तर यो rod like structure लाई चाहिँ if we see if we enlarge these views and see it under the microscope then you can see that certain mosaic like structure okay certain patterns like structures will be there inside these tobacco mosaic virus okay now these viruses are very like infectious so there is a difference between these viruses viroids and prions these virus are ultra microscopic that means it is very minute which cannot be seen by our naked eyes the diameter the size of these virus may be 200 to 300 nanometer in diameter Okay, these viruses will replicate, that means this will replicate inside the cells of the living host, that is bacteria, plants and animals. So these viruses is also considered as the puzzle for the researchers, biological puzzle हो किनभने these viruses will act as the dead outside the body of the living organism. बुझ्दैछ, लिभिङ अर्गेनिजमको बडीदेखि बाहिर चाहिँ दिस विल एक्ट एज अ डेट र एज सुन एज दिस भाइरस विल गेट इनसाइड द लिभिङ अर्गेनिजम, मेबी द बडी अफ द ब्याक्टेरियाको बडीभित्र होस् कि चाहे प्लान्टको बडीभित्र अथवा एनिमल्सको बडीभित्र, एज सुन एज इट्स विल गेट इनसाइड द बडी अफ द होस्ट एन्ड दिस ब्याक्टेरिया, प्लान्ट्स एन्ड एनिमल्स आर होस्ट. Okay, now this will start, this will become activated, okay, and then it starts replicating within the cell of the living organism. Okay, now these viruses will be composed of RNA, DNA, this is ribonucleic acid and deoxyribonucleic acid core. This will be consisting of a protein coat and in more complex types surrounded by an envelope. You can see in the like a coronavirus को structure लाई हेर यहाँनिर के छ भने हामीले प्रोटिन छ. This will be consisting of RNA. Okay, this helical structure is the RNA and protein, and this will be having a protein in the surface. Okay, this will have different types of a protein in the surface of the virus, and this will be also covered by an envelope. So virus lai चाहिँ envelope ले पनि surround गरेको हुन्छ. This is the genetic material of this virus is like enclosed within a certain layers of protective wall. Okay, so next is the viroids. So this viroids is consisting of slowly of the standard of RNA. Now this viroids will be only consisting of RNA, and this viroids is smaller than the virus. Virus भन्दा अलिकति सानो हुन्छ र viroids मा चाहिँ RNA मात्रै हुन्छ. तर viruses हरु चाहिँ के थियो, RNA पनि थियो, DNA पनि थियो. Okay, and the protein code थियो, envelopes हरु थियो, complex types हरु थियो virus को. Viroid चाहिँ quite smaller in size huncha, and these viroids are the infectious particles. Whole the viroids ko jallai particle चाहिँ infectious huncha, and this will be capable of causing disease, especially in case of the plants. Okay, so next is the prions. Your prions चाहिँ infectious proteins. So okay, and this particular smaller to the virus but lacking nucleic acid. Now this is like similar to the virus जस्तो देखिन्छ. तर difference चाहिँ के छ भने virus will be consisting of nucleic acid, that is the DNA or RNA, whereas in the prions, though these prions are very infectious protein, but this will be lacking of the nucleic acid, that is DNA and RNA will be. Okay, and this DNA and RNA will be lacking in case of the prions. So I think clear till here. And these microbes like bacteria and fungi can be grown in nutritive media. That means यो bacteria र fungi लाई चाहिँ हामीले in the laboratory मा हामीले certain एउटा media, that means certain nutrition provide गरे भने चाहिँ that can form a certain colonies. Okay, that can be seen with our naked eyes. Such cultures are useful in the studies of the microorganisms. Okay, this most microbes are harmful to mankind, causing a number of infectious diseases. Okay, certain microbes will be like beneficial, then certain microorganisms will be very harmful to the humankind, that is mankind. This may cause a certain infectious diseases, and this is a certain very important in many ways for human welfare. Okay, so I have already shown you in one case that this is the colony of the fungus. So likewise we can see the certain colonies of the bacteria. This bacteria is allowed to grow in a laboratory, and the colony of the bacteria can be observed under the this can be observed on without microscopic aid. So next is these microbes in household products. Okay, now these microbes, the derivatives, that is the products which has been derived from the microbes, has been we are like us utilizing every day. That means we are consuming every day. So this is not a term for the surprise, but we are utilizing these microbes and we are having the products from manufactured from these microbes in every day. So one microbe is the lactobacillus or lactic acid bacteria. This is the form of bacteria. This is a bacillus. So we already discussed about the shape of this bacillus. That means this will be having a rod-shaped structure, right? This lactic acid bacteria, LAB, is a type of bacteria it is a microorganism, okay, and this is a common example in the productions of the curd from the milk. That means this lactobacillus will be responsible for converting milk into curd. जुन हामीले कर्ड खाँदैछौँ घरमा, जसलाई बेलुका हामीले चाहिँ एउटा बट्टामा कन्टेनरमा स्टोर गरेर चाहिँ बिहान उठ्दाखेरि के भएको छ, that जुन चाहिँ कर्ड बनिएको छ, that is all because of the action of the lactobacillus bacteria. Okay, and during this growth, now the lactobacillus bacteria will produce acids that coagulates and partially digest the milk protein, and then the small amount of a curd added to the fresh milk as an inoculum or starter contains millions of lactobacillus bacteria, which is like at suitable temperatures can multiply, and those converting milk into curd. Now this this curd will be now rich in a nutritional quality by increasing vitamin B12. Okay, and this curd will also will help in the beneficial role in checking of the disease causing microorganisms in our stomach. That means के गर्छ भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ this it produces lactic acid that coagulates and partially digests the milk protein. Milk protein is a casein protein. Now this protein will be digested by this lactic acid bacteria, this lactobacillus, and then this will convert the milk into the curd. So the small amount of that curd will be extracted, and that can be like added into the new milk, and that curd is known as inoculum. त्यसलाई के भनिन्छ हामीले स्मल अमाउन्ट अफ कर्ड जुन चाहिँ फ्रेश मिल्कमा एड गरिँदैछ त्यसलाई चाहिँ हामी इनोकुलम अथवा चाहिँ स्टार्टर भनिन्छ. नाउ दिस विल हेल्प इन सुटेबल टेम्परेचर्समा पनि छिट्टोसँगले चाहिँ के गर्नु लगाउँछ, कर्डमा ट्रान्सफर्म हुन्छ. Okay, you can see the diagram of the lactobacillus. This is that means bacillus means rod-shaped structures of the bacteria. Okay, this is the pictures are seen in the microscopic pictures, and this is the enlarged animated pictures of the this lactobacillus bacteria. So next is the bacteria fermentations and anaerobic respiration. That means this bacteria is now used in the fermentation. That means where fermentation means where these fermentations will allowed devoid of the oxygen, जहाँ चाहिँ oxygen पुगेको हुँदैन. The respiration which is taking place in absence of the oxygen is known as anaerobic respiration. And we know that the dough which is formed by fermentative activity of bacteria is used to make food such as a dosa, idli. So we know that this dosa, idli are the South Indian dishes, and these dishes are made after fermenting of the foods. Okay, now the puffed off appearance of dough is due to the productions of carbon dioxide gas. So जुन चाहिँ यो puffed off एकदमै फुल्लेको डो हुन्छ हाम्रो है, जुन चाहिँ हामीले मैदालाई अथवा आटालाई अथवा राइसलाई के गरेको छ हामीले सर्टेन टाइमको लागि चाहिँ हामीले के गरेको छ without the help of the oxygen, so we have stored in a certain like a container त्यहाँनिर के हुन्छ, after some certain time now this dough will be the appearance of the dough will be a certain puff फुल्लेको जस्तो हुन्छ, and that is because of the productions of the carbon dioxide. Okay, अब यो carbon dioxide चाहिँ कहाँबाट आउँदैछ? That carbon dioxide is because of the certain fungus, because of the action of the certain bacteria, okay, that is coming out. For example, a toddy, this toddy, it is a like a traditional dish of dish of a certain parts of the southern Indian, okay, where these palms will be like a fermented with the help of bacteria, and certain these drinks will be made. Okay, these microbes are also used to ferment fish लाई ferment गर्नुको लागि, सोयाबिन लाई र bamboo shoot लाई पनि ferment गरेर चाहिँ food बनाउनुको लागि पनि microbes utilized गर्छ. Okay, microbes are also utilized in the cheese factory. Swiss factory मा पनि, Swiss cheese factory मा microbes लाई utilized गर्छ, so that different flavors of the cheese will be having a different flavors. You different flavors, how they are adding is just because of the action of the certain types of bacterium, or because of the action of the certain types of a fungus. For example, this is Swiss cheese. Okay, this is the Swiss cheese. You can see the Swiss cheese will be having a certain space, certain gaps. Okay, this Swiss cheese will be consisting of a large amount, okay, certain के छ भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ होल्सहरु छ. यो होल्स चाहिँ किन भएको रहेछ स्विस चीजको चाहिँ, why, how this holes has been developed भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ it is all because of the large amount of carbon dioxide which is produced by the bacterium called Propionibacterium sermani. That means this is the Propionibacterium sermani. यो bacterium चाहिँ के रहेछ Propionibacterium sermani. यसको actions को कारणले गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ certain carbon dioxide CO2 will be released. जब CO2 released हुन्छ, CO2 released भइसकेर जहाँबाट बाहिर जान्छ त्यो एरियामा चाहिँ larger होल्सहरु बनिन्छ. Now the taste of and the texture of these Swiss cheese will be different as compared to the other types of cheese. Okay, so next cheese is the Roquefort cheese. This is another type of cheese. Swiss cheese is a different cheese. Okay, and this Roquefort cheese is a different cheese. Now this Roquefort cheese is ripened by growing a specific fungus, that is the Penicillium roqueforti भन्ने चाहिँ एउटा फंगस हो. त्यो फंगसलाई चाहिँ कहाँ ग्रो गराउँछ हरे, चीजमा ग्रो गराउँछ हरे. जब यो Penicillium roqueforti फंगस ग्रो हुँदै हुँदै जान्छ, now this will add a particular flavor which is different as compared to the Swiss flavor. So this is the fungus. You can see the pictures of the fungus. That is the Penicillium roqueforti is a fungus, and this is the cheese. This is the Roquefort cheese. यो चीजमा चाहिँ के ग्रो हुनु लगाउँदो रहेछ, यो फंगसलाई ग्रो हुँदैछ. This is the fungus. Now if we see the enlarged view of the fungus, then you can see that this is the pictures of the fungus which is growing in the this Roquefort cheese मा. र यसको जुन चाहिँ टेस्ट छ, now यसको टेस्ट र चाहिँ Swiss cheese को taste will be totally different, and the texture will be totally different. Whereas in case of this, like Swiss cheese, you can see that this is a certain yellowish structure, color, having a certain pores or holes in between. But here in these types of cheese, there is no holes, but there is the growing like a growth of the Penicillium roqueforti fungus. Okay. So this microorganism is also utilized in the baker's yeast. That means the main baker's factories ma चाहिँ utilized गर्ने one of the common yeast is the Saccharomyces cerevisiae. Now the Saccharomyces cerevisiae is also a type of fungus. Okay, yeast is also a type of fungus. It is specially used in like fermenting dough. So if we are interested of having certain के भन्छ bread, okay, and then हामीलाई if we have to like have a typo tea momo, we are consuming in our daily basis यसमा हामीले के युज गर्छ while making cakes हरूलाई पनि जब बनाउँछ त्यतिखेर चाहिँ the dough will be spongy in structure and that spongy structures is all because of the action of the Saccharomyces cerevisiae and this is the yeast यो Saccharomyces cerevisiae ले चाहिँ के गर्छ भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ help in the productions of the dough. Okay, so these microbes are also utilized in the industrial products. Industrial products ma pani microorganisms हरूलाई चाहिँ in a large scale of productions in like preparing the beverages, antibiotics लाई भयो industrial scales ma requires growing of microorganisms in a large vessels called fermenters or bioreactors. So अब industries ma चाहिँ के गर्छ रे भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ now in these fermenters or bioreactors यो fermenters र bioreactors ma चाहिँ के गराउने काम गर्दो रहेछ भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ now this productions of the beverages antibiotics ma large amount of microbes like grow गरिन्छ in these types of containers and this type of containers is known as a fermenters or bioreactors. Okay, let's see what happens in the fermented beverages. Now this brewer's yeast that is the Saccharomyces cerevisiae is used in the productions of the beverages, okay, by fermenting malted cereals and fruit juices to produce ethanols. That means this yeast beverages भनेको चाहिँ in our common tongue मा चाहिँ we call as मर्चा भन्छ नि while preparing alcohol. Okay, that is the malted cereals हरूबाट बनाइन्छ fruit juice हरूबाट बनाइन्छ to produce ethanol and that is all because of the actions of the brewer's yeast called Saccharomyces cerevisiae को कारणले गर्दाखेरि हुन्छ. Okay, now these beverages like wine, beer, whiskey, brandy or rum यो बनाउँदाखेरि चाहिँ Saccharomyces cerevisiae utilized गर्छ and also in the bread making मा पनि भयो and then well making the ethanols हरू बनाउँदा alcohol हरू बनाउँदा पनि चाहिँ we will be using these yeast. Okay, and this wine beer are produced without distillations. This wine र beer चाहिँ without distillations के गर्छ produced गर्छ. Okay, and whereas whiskey, brandy and rum are produced by distillations of the fermented broth मा चाहिँ के गर्छ distillations गर्छ and like for example fermented broth means fermented like plant fermentation plant मा चाहिँ distillations गर्छ. So now this wine र beer चाहिँ without distillations त्यतिकै खान्छ तर जुन चाहिँ brandy, whiskey, rum हरू सब पहिला चाहिँ डिस्टिलेशन्स गर्छ. द्याट मिन्स द वाटर कन्सिस्टेन्सीलाई के गर्छ हटाउँछ. ओन्ली द प्योर एथनल विल बी एक्सट्र्याक्ट फ्रम दिस फर्मेन्टेसन प्लान्ट. ओके, नेक्स्ट इज द antibiotics. Now this in the formations of these antibiotics is nothing but this is the chemical substance which is produced by some microbes and that kill or inhibit the growth of other disease microbes. यो microbes जुन चाहिँ antibodies चाहिँ एउटा form of microbes हो त्यसले चाहिँ अर्को form 2 of microbes लाई चाहिँ मार्ने काम गर्छ र यो next time another type of microbes like grow हुनु दिदैन. Okay, so they are used to treat plague. अब यो antibiotics चाहिँ केमा युज गर्दो रहेछ plague लाई ट्रिट गर्नको लागि whooping cough, diphtheria, leprosy and other many infectious diseases such as like a covid this coronavirus लाई पनि ट्रिट गर्नको लागि के युज गर्दैछ भन्दाखेरि this antibiotics is utilizing. Okay, and if you see this antibiotics this is given in case of the like inject पनि गर्छ. we can have these drugs यसलाई हामीले capsules को रूपमा पनि युज गर्न सकिन्छ. okay, this will be provided by the expert that is doctors हरूले हामीलाई प्रोवाइड गर्ने काम गर्छ to cure the disease. okay, so next is the penicillin. now this is the first antibiotic. This is the penicillin which is discovered by the Alexander Fleming in the year 1929. Now we can see that he is the Alexander Fleming who have discovered these antibiotics that is penicillin in the year 1929. but the discovery of this penicillin is a like certain यसको चाहिँ फाल्टै के छ डिस्कभरी छ. by chancely मात्रै डिस्कभर भएको छ, एक्सिडेन्टली डिस्कभर भएको छ. That means that this Alexander Fleming has observed certain mold that is a Penicillium notatum growing in a vast culture plates. So जुन चाहिँ नधोको जुन चाहिँ एउटा कल्चरको प्लेट छ, that means this is the culture plates, this is the culture plates जुन चाहिँ हेरिराखेको छ. Now त्यहाँनिर के डेभलप हुँदैछ, अ मोल्ड द्याट मिन्स अ पेनिसिलियम नोटाटम मोल्ड चाहिँ यो कल्चर्सको भित्र डेभलप हुँदैछ. ओके, एन्ड अराउन्ड विच स्ट्रेप्टोकोकी कुड नट ग्रो. अब फेरि उसको छेउछेउ जहाँनिर चाहिँ पेनिसिलियम नोटाटम ग्रो हुँदै थियो, पेनिसिलियम नोटाटम ग्रो भएको छेउमा चाहिँ जुन चाहिँ स्ट्रेप्टोफाइलोकोकस के हुनु सकेन, ग्रो हुनु सकेन. सो दिस हेज सोन ए सर्टेन लाइक एउटा के भयो भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ क्युरियोसिटी जाग्यो. नाउ हि एक्सट्र्याक्टेड दिस पेनिसिलिनलाई के गर्यो, एक्सट्र्याक्ट गर्यो त्यहाँबाट. ओके, एन्ड देन यो जुन चाहिँ यो स्ट्रेप्टोकोकी चाहिँ वुडन्ट ग्रो, एन्ड द्याट इज बिकज अफ द लाइक सर्टेन केमिकल कल्ड पेनिसिलिन. के प्रड्युस हुँदै रहेछ, पेनिसिलिन प्रड्युस हुँदै रहेछ. एन्ड आफ्टर द मोल्ड पेनिसिलियम नोटाटम. सो पेनिसिलियम नोटाटमबाट एउटा केमिकल प्रड्युस हुँदै थियो पेनिसिलिन. त्यो पेनिसिलिनको कारणले गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ स्ट्रेप्टोफाइलोकोकस चाहिँ के हुनु सकेको थिएन, ग्रो हुनु सकेको थिएन. सो आफ्टर सर्टेन पिरियड अफ टाइम दिस अर्न्स्ट चेन हाउड फ्लोरी इस्टाब्लिश इट्स फुल पोटेन्शियल एज एन इफेक्टिभ एन्टिबायोटिक. ओके, एन्ड देन फ्लेमिङ चेन एन्ड फ्लोरी वर अवार्डेड नोबेल प्राइज इन 1945. That means this is the streptophyllococci. This is the streptophyllococci is a bacteria, eubacteria, and this is the Penicillium notatum. This is the fungus. Okay, अब यो Penicillium notatum को यो culture हो. This is the culture of the Penicillium notatum. If you see this Penicillium notatum in the enlarged view, you can see this is the structure. र Penicillium notatum को छेउमा चाहिँ के हुन सकेको थिएन भने स्ट्रेप्टोफाइलोकोकाई डेभलप हुन सकेको थिएन. किन स्ट्रेप्टोफाइलोकोकाई चाहिँ छेउको सबै मर्दैछ र ग्रो हुन सकेको छैन भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ बिकज अफ द सर्टेन केमिकल द्याट इज पेनिसिलिन विच इज लाइक प्रड्युसिङ फ्रम द पेनिसिलियम नोटाटम. र यसलाई चाहिँ पछाडि एन्टिबायोटिकको रूपमा युज गर्यो. अनि यसलाई चाहिँ एकदमै इफेक्टिभ एन्टिबायोटिक चाहिँ फुल पोटेन्सियलमा चाहिँ अर्न्स्ट चेन र हावर्ड फ्लोरीले इस्टाब्लिस गर्यो पछाडि गएर. र यो जुन चाहिँ एन्टिबायोटिक बनाएको, ओके, डिस्कभर गरेको कारणले गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ फ्लेमिङ चेन र फ्लोरीले चाहिँ के भयो, दे हेभ बिन अवार्डेड विथ द नोबेल प्राइज इन द इयर 1945.